The French used to call this highway the Street Without Joy. Somewhere between 10 and 20,000 people are fleeing southward down the highway to escape the North Vietnamese advance. It's nearly 20 miles from here to the DMZ, and some of these people have walked almost that far. Behind them, they've left the towns of Gio Linh, Cam Lo, and Dong Ha, and right in the path of a North Vietnamese drive to cut off the northernmost province of South Vietnam. Nobody, Vietnamese or American alike, has seen such a civilian evacuation since Tet of 1968. The refugees are seeking the safety of Quang Tri City, where there is no safety. The North Vietnamese are right behind and bombarding the route to Quang Tri hourly with rockets and mortars. One tragedy of the situation is that not only are the civilians abandoning their homes, but the Army is abandoning its bases. The South Vietnamese are not the only ones in retreat. This was an American advisory compound. But faced with constant enemy artillery bombardment, the Americans are pulling out. The Americans have set fire to their base camp, are draining the water tower and shooting holes in the tires of their vehicles. About 100 Americans who abandoned this outpost just opposite the badly damaged Quang Tri airfield will join about 200 more U.S. soldiers south of Quang Tri City, just out of range of enemy artillery, at least for the time being. The South Vietnamese are locked in a head-on clash for supremacy over the area just south of the DMZ. The fate of South Vietnam's northern province seems to rest on the shoulders of soldiers like these, and would also seem to be the hopes of the American policy of Vietnamization. Will they turn around, halt the enemy, or will they keep running? Jim Laurie reporting for NBC News, Quang Tri, South Vietnam.
The South Vietnamese Military Command says that less than 300 Saigon troops have been wounded in the fighting in Quang Tri Province. That appears to be a very conservative figure. According to field reports, the South Vietnamese Army hospitals in Quang Tri City and nearby Hue are so full that some of the wounded had to be evacuated to the U.S. Army hospital in Da Nang, 100 miles away. These soldiers are from the South Vietnamese 3rd Division, a new unit, whose job it was to defend against an enemy attack across the DMZ. The North Vietnamese drive into Quang Tri was the 3rd Division's first test in battle. So far, they haven't done very well. If the North Vietnamese attack had taken place last year at this time, many of these wounded might have been Americans. But now the Americans, except for a few advisors, are gone. And this is the result of Vietnamization. Arthur Lord, NBC News, reporting.
Vietnamese 175mm guns pointed their barrels toward Quang Tri City and opened fire. What appears to be the definitive South Vietnamese drive to reoccupy the ruined capital of this country's northernmost province is underway. The smoke over Quang Tri's central fortress, the Citadel, was caused by airstrikes and artillery. Supported by tanks, South Vietnamese Marines entered the Citadel Sunday. We could hear the fighting even if we could not see it. The Marines banned reporters from accompanying the operation inside the Citadel. South Vietnamese forces have taken severe casualties in the 2 months of fighting for this city, which is now militarily meaningless. The Marines apparently want to avoid publicizing the losses they still must take in the fight for central Quang Tri City. Quang Tri City has, to use an old GI expression, been wasted. The devastation began shortly before the North Vietnamese seized the city May 1st. The South Vietnamese counteroffensive, beginning July 19th, continued the dismantling of the provincial capital at a great loss of military hardware and human life. Casualties among the Marine Corps, which fought the final phase, numbered 1,500, with 10 times that number of North Vietnamese estimated killed or wounded. But by Friday, the Marines on top of the wall of the Citadel felt victory was in sight. 2 battalions of Marines were in occupation of about half of the Citadel's 50 acres. There were no big weapons inside. This was an infantry fight. Troops fired rockets at bunkers occupied by their enemy. These bunkers had originally been built by the South Vietnamese 3rd Division, whose rout precipitated the loss of Quang Tri in the first place. By now, only around 100 North Vietnamese were left inside the Citadel, according to intelligence estimates. As these incoming rounds demonstrated, however, they were still supported by artillery in the surrounding hills. This artillery will pose a serious problem for the South Vietnamese if they try to maintain large numbers of troops in the Quang Tri ruins.
Hơn nữa hả? Hơn với hiện tại đó hả? Còn gì đó đó, mấy anh tài bị đưa bắn ban đầu này. Bắn trúng giò nó ngồi bắn, bắn trúng giò ngồi bắn đụng mẹ nó, kê đêm mưa được. Bắn. Ê, ủa? Bắn đâu à? Bắn dược, ủa? Ai đang trúng rồi? Sao? Ngồi á. Đây đó, đầu. Hôm qua với hàm bên tại lên luôn. Cháu có số đàng hoàng. Nãy giờ nó lấy câu rồi. Con lấy bạn đâu. Vào đây kìa rồi. Lần ít con chưa cho bắn. Sao không? Đừng chọc cá chứ nó biết đâu. Một là 45 đồng hàng. Mẹ gỗ này cũng cắt luôn. Vô được. Có tiểu đoàn khác, có tiểu 7 rồi là 2 đoàn khác ra đây này. Sao? 24 đi. Đi đầu đi 24 đi đầu như thế. Đem dựa. Để đoàn không? Đó gọi ai đem nghe. Rồi cho tiền nó đây sẽ nhận không không. Lên đây. Ở đây Dương